Sorry, I'm getting called up. Yes, thank you. Thank you everybody for coming. Please donate to Make-A-Wish Foundation at the phone number in front of you. Oh, this isn't being recorded, okay. Well, that makes it a lot easier for me. Alright. So, I'm not a huge fan of music. It's really hard for me to get, like, hugely into it because, you know, there's so many variety. One of the big ones that I got introduced earlier was a kind of like, I don't know, it's rap. I mean, it's not a huge thing for me. I have a whole bunch of friends that really like it. I mean, when you do listen to people just talking to music, it's kind of this easy thing to listen to. You're really putting me off, I'm not gonna lie. So, for any of you who haven't met me yet, hi, I'm Jack. I'm a pansexual person. It's...
Why y'all like... Why are you playing a laugh track?
It's really distracting. And from living in America for, well, all my life, there's been many situations I have seen that a lot of people don't deal with nicely. I mean, I walk into stores and people say, yeah, there's a gay person, which is interesting because we had a huge trend years ago with keeping our pants low. And everyone's like, that is the straightest thing in the world. I'm like, I'm sorry. Taking your pants off slowly makes you, I don't know, straight or anything like that, because especially in the boys' locker room when you're like taking off the belt and you're just like, boys, I'm taking my pants slowly down and so that you can all see it, that they're drooped down low. I mean, being as a gay person in society, I mean, I go to these certain outreach events and I always see a lot of big religious folks, not specifically. They walk up to me and say, boy, are you gay? And I'm like, well, kind of. And they're like, doesn't matter, that's a sin. Well, in that case, so do you masturbate, sir? Because I get that's a sin too. I mean, dating men versus women, a lot of the stereotypes are like, oh, women are much more needier and men, well, they're more stronger, like fit and less insecure. I'm sorry, men are way more insecure and needy than all women themselves. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, if you are with someone right now at this skit or at whatever you're here for, please look to your partner and please tell me they're not insecure in any way. In that case, I mean, if you think about, we're all insecure people, and the thing is why I have taken a break from men, they're so insecure, they try hiding themselves in corners and going back into the closet. I mean, one of the hardest people to date, especially, I totally understand, is mainly white people. Sorry, like every white person in the crowd, anywhere, like, yeah, we're stupid. I mean, if you think about it, we have people a stereotype for us is us walking into complaining. And let's be all clear, we're all good at that, because that's the only thing we're good at is complaining in life. I mean, I see it a lot, the most at a place that I work. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, Panera Bread. The work at Panera Bread's great because I get to work, get money, and then get free bread. Everyone I walk in here is white, complaining about the food, trying to get free food, and we're complaining about the prices, which I get at a discount. It's especially fun when I have my roommates who are at home that I go up to them and they basically eat it out of my hand. Yes, take it, please. And like one of my roommates, her name is, we'll call her I actually got. She's a very fun person to hang around, and I love her to death. She's like one of my best friends. The thing that always was interesting working with her and like being around her and living with her, to be honestly, is that well, she's never there because the one thing that's interesting is because first week at going at the college, we met her now boyfriend. At the time, he was just looking at a poster. One of her favorite things, climbing. He was looking at the climbing poster. Instantly, lock eyes, and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, because here they go, they're interested. I'm like, you would be perfect together. And she's like, oh no, that's not the case at all, Jack. What are you talking about? 2 weeks later, I get a text saying, hey, Jack, the Rowena's now boyfriend, do you think it's a good idea for me to ask her out? Now, my first reaction is, holy shit, this is happening. I was right, I fucking get. And the thing that made this like the most interesting part to me was that I went to Roy and I was like, hey, so how are you and your significant other doing? And she's like, I'm taking Jack, God, stop. And she started talking about how he was interested in another woman. And I was just like, oh, okay. When was this? Because from what here's the text and go get your man. Please, because this is getting fucking annoying that both of you won't get insecure. Go! Now, living in the campus of college students, we have this like huge problem with, substances of some sort. I mean, we got the leafy green, the oily, bubbly substance that is affecting our minds. I mean, I'm assuming all of you in the crowd decided to come here and hopefully get a few drinks because what we're doing up now is being hilarious and possibly completely even more hilarious with the substance on. Now, this is my first time doing this because, no one really tells you to stand up and look at everyone and pray to God that they laugh at your jokes. The thing that... It's really hard that I'm not going to lie, trying to remember all my jokes and I'm thinking about all the last ones. As we can see, there's this laugh track in the background. That's why none of you are laughing, because it's supposed to make me feel a little bit more significant. What I'll tell everybody is that none of us are significant because all we have to do is laugh. Exactly right. Back to our regularly scheduled program. So one of the things that really showed up in my dorm was that they wanted to drink substance liquid. Any police officers in the room, please. I have no clue what I'm talking about. Please, you can subdue me or anything because that's fine. So the first night they decided to drink. I decided to, stay in my room that night because I had nothing to do with that because it didn't really seem cool at the time or really fun. First night, all three walk in. All three of like my main roommates who I see all the time. All pretty much, barely can keep themselves up. And here's how I will basically describe each of their faces. One, half asleep. The other one, well, I'm pretty sure was crying and in their hands, so I couldn't really see. The other one in the back, now this person had a straight up grin on their face. And I said, okay, what possibly happened to make all three of these things happen all at the same time? They, of course, said drinking, and I then say, okay, and we need more. And what they then tell me is a story that I'll be telling you tonight. This story starts with all three of them walking down. Fine, I'm done. Good night, everybody.